So today I want to talk about my practical approach. So many people ask, well, how do you go about fitness, nutrition, health, lifestyle change, all that? And I like to think of it as a very practical approach. My one of my mottos is "We train for life." So um, I get it. Everybody's busy, right? But at the end of the day, we all have the same 24 hours, and it all depends on what we do with it, right? So getting into fitness, getting into nutrition, changing your lifestyle can be hard, can be tricky, can be cumbersome, and overwhelming. So we take it day by day. So we deliver daily accountability, and it's pretty much like walking up a flight of stairs. So we start off at the bottom stair, and you slowly work your way up, and then eventually when you get onto the top, after your first 28 days, it's now a habit, and you're no longer thinking about it. You're no longer like dreading meal prep because you just do it. It's become a part of your life, and you're not as stressed. You have a little bit more time management skills because we teach you all of that. And, we don't ask for you to be here for 7 hours a week. We ask for you to work out 3 hours a week, whether you're coming to the studio or you're doing it at home with our virtual programs. 3 times a week really isn't that hard to manage. There's 7 days in a week, so less than half the time, we need you to be active. So, and for 45 minutes to an hour. And, you can do it really on your time and, work it into your schedule. And that's really what you got to do, is make it an appointment. And once you make it an appointment and it becomes consistent, and, we also offer flexibility. So it doesn't matter what days you come, and it can change every week. Especially if you have kids, we get it, they got to go to basketball, baseball, softball, swimming, bowling, tennis, you name it, field hockey, lacrosse, and those schedules change. Kids are as unpredictable as the weather, right? So, they're sick, you're sick, your spouse is sick, whatever it might be, your spouse is traveling, for work, that comes up a lot. We get it, but, as long as you have a practical approach and you don't really have high expectations, you're going to be successful. Because that's also a problem, is when you don't have a practical approach and you have these expectations that are all the way up here, and then life happens and you're like, stop, then you're going to fail, right? Because your expectations were so high, and now something happened, life happened, and you can't get to your expectations, exceed them, let alone meet them. So now you think you're a failure, and all that negative self-talk comes in, and you're done. You quit, right? And that's what happens all the time. So it's like, we can't be so hard on ourselves, because we have to realize that we're humans, and if you're female, you're running a tribe, most likely, if you have kids, a spouse, so if you're the matriarch, you have all these other things that you have to worry about, and you're the last person to get taken care of. Right? So that's also where we have to switch it, and you have to realize that you're important too. And if you don't take care of yourself and, make practical decisions about your own health and lifestyle, you're not going to be able to take care of everybody else for much longer. So, start small, start slow, and be smart and practical. Don't say like, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days this week. So we have, a lot of people that, aim for, I'm going to start twice this week. And then, next week I'm going to try and get here for 3 days. And, because they're going to be sore when they first start, they're going to have to get used to it. They now have to add something else into their day that wasn't added before. So they have to figure out, if they're coming in the morning, they have to figure out, well, now how much time am I going to have to get ready for work? What am I going to have to cut back on my morning routine to make this work? Because I know I need this, but I also need to get X, Y, Z done. So how am I going to do it all at once? And it takes time. Right? So you have to figure it out. You have to be smart, and you have to be practical. Write it down. Write down your day. See what you can move around and where you can fit this in. Because if you don't fit it in, it's never going to get put in. Right? So that's the other thing. But like, you just got to be smart. And, that's where we come into play. We sit down, we talk to you, we go over everything, and we help you just, make a plan and, use your weekends to your advantage also. A lot of times on the weekends, your spouse is home, so you can sneak out and come in and work out. But you got to be smart and don't hold yourself to high expectations. Practical approaches here, people. All right. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. We'll get back to you. And it really is just, again, I can't say enough. You have to be practical. All right. So be smart. Write out a plan, write out your goals, and then figure out your day and where you can fit this in. All right, even if it's on your lunch break, you're, going to go for a little walk on lunch, and that's how you're going to start. If that's what's practical right now, then that's what you have to do. And then we'll worry about what's practical later on. All right, because every day is going to get a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit easier. Life is going to change. So make some practical choices, and it will come, I promise. All right, so be practical, be smart, and your fitness goals will be conquered.